Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin in this nice green day. I didn't make anything yesterday. My kids came back from Nanny's house, so I was playing with them for the most part. And to be honest with you, when you see candles forming like this, you don't really need me to narrate it, because prior to those candles, I mean, I had been talking about the possibility of a very, very big push up to major areas of resistance, and that's all documented on here. So we've got the Bitcoin whales that I said would be stepping in below 30. That's still a very strong chance that would happen. The Bitcoin buy signal flashing, that's true. That was flashing 4 days ago, ready to be generated. Then it followed up by actually being generated. Then the pump, which would be followed by a dump, which is what we'll talk about a little bit more today. And then March final turnaround. So it's all there for you to see. Not very well received, though, I have to say. Bears who used to be, adamant followers of the channel, now turned into perma bears, makes me think that potentially they've sold at losses and they're waiting to hopefully buy lower, because they've heard that it will go below $20,000, and they've put all their eggs in one basket waiting for that to happen. I don't know, there's a number of reasons why people turn sour in a bear market and direct that onto my channel. I'm just doing what I do, okay? I'm not perfect, but, just for the record, I did sell a large portion around here, and I did buy back here, and 35,000, which is just around here, which means that I sold at profit and bought back, and now I'm in profit. So I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet here. It's a very simple strategy in a downtrend where I'm talking about I don't believe that this is a bear market for all the reasons I continue to talk about. Anyway, I know that most of you aren't salty, but there is a few that are. And it's a shame, because they used to be actual, nice guys. They've changed. That the charts can do that to somebody. They can change you. Anyway, let's focus on the Bitcoin chart, and we'll be doing the live stream tonight for Patreon members, and we can look at some of these altcoins as well. So first of all, we broke out of the electric fence, and that is this descending trend line here. This ridiculously strong descending trend line that gets such horrendous pullbacks. So the first one from wick to wick was 35%, if you consider that, the wick to wick before it got any kind of retest of up it again. Then we got another retest all the way down of a further 36%, and the second time we tagged it. And then the last time we tagged it, just a few weeks ago, it was another 25%. So yesterday we sliced right through it, and this is what we were saying, that it was unlikely, but it was possible. So I was saying on that video here that Bitcoin has a fighting chance here, because it does have a signal that's generated, but the amount of resistances above us is so strong. But it smashed right through them all. I suppose that's the beauty of it. You get a powerful signal on a 4-hourly time frame. It could have been rejected at the electric fence, but it didn't. It just ripped right through them, and that's fine. That's great, in fact. So now what we're seeing is a potential change of behavior. We're not looking for V-shaped recoveries, by the way. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking for chart structure to be changed, which, to be honest with you, already kind of has, by just for the fact that this is closed here, has changed the chart structure. This is a consistent downtrend below a major area of support, and now we are above that, which gives us every chance to, first of all, you can see already here, we're retesting that horizontal level of support. That goes back to these lows, to these highs, also to the absolute top. So it's about 40 to 41,000. Give or take. So we're above that, and it looks like we've tried to give it a bullish retest. Now, because that's only a smidge above where we are by about $500, it doesn't matter if that breaks down, so long as we stay above this trend line, which is good to see that all these moving averages are starting to cross above it, making it this trend line could, in the next few days, definitely next week, could be a thing of the past, because all of these are going to add extra support, okay? So every time we break down below the 41, we've got these moving averages. We've got the 10, we've got the 20, and the 21. They're all below us, and they can all offer serious support to help us get and stay above the 41. Once being above the 41, we can start to entertain the idea, the very realistic idea, that we're going to generate a buy signal on the Ichimoku cloud. In fact, if we zoom in a little closer now, we can already see that we've got a conversion baseline crossed. Now, that's nothing on its own. I mean, that's literally nothing on its own. But if we're going to think about this in the same way that the that the 4 hourly just gave us this kind of big move, then what we look for is we've got the cross, which has happened today. We need this portion of the cloud to go green, which probably isn't going to happen until March, which is, like I say, what I'm expecting to see is March be a reversal turnaround area. And this cheeky span all the way down here needs to close above the cloud somewhere. So none of that is going to happen at this stage, and none of that will happen fast. And that's fine, that's what we want. You know, I was saying we want to grind out these lows, we want to stay low, especially for altcoins. If you really want to make some serious cash, you want them to stay low, because that allows for this Ichimoku cloud to be low, and by being low, it allows for low entries and good signals. So if we could stay down here, more or less, which is possible, and we could stay down here between 14 to 40,000 thereabouts, or just in this accumulation zone that we were in before, this 41 to 49,000. If we can stay around in there, we would get a nice signal generated eventually above the cloud, and that would be a nice big push up. Now, if we turn our attention over to the idea of what this would do for altcoins, altcoins are currently getting a fighting chance at having a relief rally based on Bitcoin's success, and that's all that you could expect from them at the moment. This is likely to propose that altcoins are going to struggle while Bitcoin goes up. And I know that sounds mad. No altcoin is created equal, but this chart here does look like it's in the midst of a reversal. We're still fighting that center of the Bollinger Band, so every time we're below there, there is a chance that we continue back down to the 40% dominance, which is, you know, from here to there is not much, but it's still a fair amount if we're talking about, you know, getting some money out of alts basically. But it's not an enormous rejection, and if it is, it's only going to yield, you know, a little bit for a short period of time. So I'm talking about alts rallying, alt seasons. I don't think it's possible to have an alt season when you're already at 42% dominant. So what I'll be looking for eventually is for this to turn up and move up, and obviously alts will follow Bitcoin, but I think the amount of money that comes back into Bitcoin will dwarf that going into alts for the short term, and then we'll get a rotation. It's been a while since we've even entertained the idea and used that terminology of rotations and things, but I mean that's what we'll be looking for alts. But again, you know, each alt individually, it does its own thing. There's no altcoin that's created equal, so just to look at it as a big bag on the Bitcoin dominance just suggests that, alright, the best thing to do, for me anyway, I believe, would be to focus mostly on Bitcoin, which is what I've been saying most of this time on the way down, saying, look, let's just focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to negotiate the trend, it's going to tell us which way it's going to go, and alts are subject to that. So now we see that we've got a change of behaviour, and we are looking to brew some signals over a period of weeks on the daily. Even the 12-hour doesn't really have anything particularly interesting, so that's what we'll be looking for. Now, if we're thinking about are we going to get rejected here, and how hard can it dump? I mean, it can dump hard, obviously, but the 12-hour is not particularly overextended. The 4-hourly is quite extended, to be honest with you. But if we think about where we are on the 4-hourly, above all major moving averages, we would be looking for retests of any of these. That potentially could take us all the way down to this trend here, this trend line, which is about 38,400 as of this moment in time. This is a 4-hourly. It goes down every time, but then we're about to get the 20 and the 50 cross above there, adding extra support to it. So I'm actually really bullish on this, the way it looks, but I still stick to what I said. I'm not looking for any major turnaround or huge reversal until March, but I'm glad that I bought these dips, and I will buy dips again, because I'm confident that this isn't a crypto bear market. Everyone's talking about the crypto winter. I'm not saying that this doesn't come without some serious downside. That's what crypto's all about. But trust me, I've been playing this for a long time, for many years now, been through several of these, and this is no different to the ones that we saw similar to one in 2019. It's not really much different, and more than that, it's correlated heavily to traditional markets, which makes me feel even more secure in the fact that this isn't going to continue on and on and on and on and on all the way down to, well, 10,000 or whatever these perma bears seem to be talking about. I know it's tempting to sit and wait and see if you've got, you know, some pocket change to buy Bitcoin at low prices, it is tempting. And I always say to everybody, never ever be all in. Always have money to buy dips, and that is like a constant thing you should always have, right? I know it's hard to do for new people, but always have money to buy new dips. Make a chart and then look at the chart and then work out where it is that it's going to go. But you know, when I said that 40,600 is going to be my first entry after selling around 54, it wasn't all my money went back in here. It was a nice portion and then a nice portion in here. So it sold here, nice portion here, nice portion here. But it's not everything, and if it turns around and my $32,000 Bitcoin order doesn't get filled, do you know what? No big bloody deal. No big deal. It stays there, doesn't it? It stays there as cash. And if I really want to, I can put that into some alts for some altcoin trading. Either way, never be all in, never be all out. It's the best way to deal with the market, and so far it's worked out pretty well for me. And let's hope that it works out well for everybody. I'm confident that it will. We'll just see what happens between now and March. And the reason I say March is the rate hikes kick in, the first one in March. And I'm confident that it's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. Or should I say sell the rumor, buy the news event. And then we see some uplifting price action for stocks, commodities, crypto. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day and take it easy.